Let me ask you something. What's the best party you've ever been to? Maybe you celebrated with party horns and fireworks to mark the new year. Maybe you sang karaoke with all your friends at a big birthday party, or took everyone to the beach for sun, sand, and surf for the best kickoff to summer ever. No matter who you are or where you're from, chances are there's something in you that likes to make a big deal and throw a party to celebrate the people you love and important milestones in their life. And this summer, we're inviting you to start the party and celebrate. Not just anything, we want to celebrate the good news we find in Jesus. It's that good news that can give us joy no matter what is going on in our lives. That's why we thought it'd be great to take the whole summer to talk about the joy we find in Jesus. We define joy like this. Joy is choosing to celebrate what God is doing. And as we dig into the Bible, we'll discover how God has been at work in the world since the very beginning and how God is at work right now. The writers of the Bible even tell us about some of the ways God will continue to work in the future. When we see and celebrate what God is doing, we can find true joy. And along with looking at some of the amazing moments of joy found throughout the Bible, we'll also be memorizing Proverbs 17:22. A cheerful heart makes you healthy, but a broken spirit dries you up. It's like God designed people to be energized by joy. It can give us the fuel we need to keep going no matter what is happening around us. And that's just one of the reasons we want to help kids discover how we can find and choose to live with joy. So, let's get the party started. We kick off this summer series with a question about the ultimate reason we can have joy. We'll look more closely at Jesus' parable of the lost sheep in Luke 15, 1-7. In the story, a shepherd is caring for 100 sheep. Lo and behold, one of those sheep runs off and gets lost. And not wanting to leave any sheep behind, the shepherd takes off in search of the one lost sheep. When he finds it, he invites his friends to a party to celebrate. And this is the same sort of joy we can have because God loves us and sent Jesus to rescue us. Bottom line, we can have joy because of Jesus. For the rest of the month, we head back to the Jewish scriptures in the Old Testament of our Bibles to discover how joy has always been a part of God's plan for the world. In fact, in week 2, we discover that God's laws created an annual rhythm for joyful parties to celebrate God's goodness to the Israelites. We can read about one of them in Deuteronomy 16:13-17. These celebrations were to be reminders of all that God had done for them, including a special festival at harvest time each year called the Feast of Booths. God told the people to celebrate for an entire week. I mean, that must have been quite a party. Those festivals were a great way for God's people to remember to be joyful. And bottom line, make a habit of choosing joy. Next, we head to Ezra 3:10-13. God's people had been living as captives in the Persian Empire. Many of God's people had never even seen their homeland of Judah. God moved in the heart of the new Persian king, Cyrus, to favor the Jewish people and allow many of them to return home. But when they got there, they had no place to worship God. There was so much more work to do to rebuild the temple and the city walls and all of Jerusalem. It probably felt overwhelming. But when they built an important foundation of the temple, they chose to pause the work and throw a giant party to worship God. We can do the same. We might be a long way off from finishing a big project, but we can still choose joy. Bottom line, celebrate each step of the way. Then in week 4, we discover some joy throughout the Psalms by taking a closer look at a few of David's Psalms, 8, 16, and 19. In each of these Psalms, David takes notice of the world around him that God created. In the beauty of God's creation, we find glimpses of God's goodness and care for us. We might go through seasons where it's difficult to find joy, but when we look around us, reasons to have joy might be more available than we think. Bottom line, find joy in what you see around you. We finish the month with a message from one of God's prophets, Habakkuk. In Habakkuk 3:17 and 18, we read that although it looks like God's people will be taken captive, Habakkuk is choosing to be glad. Why? Well, because he trusts that God is still working and will ultimately rescue them. God's goodness and love and care for us is always a reason to find joy, even if we're walking through some pretty difficult times. We should always be asking ourselves, what can I celebrate today? Chances are, God will show us something pretty great. Bottom line, there's always a reason to celebrate. While that wraps up the month of June, we're just getting the party started. We'll continue talking about joy throughout July, but you'll have to wait to find out more about that. In the meantime, remember, joy that comes from God isn't attached to what's going on in our lives. God's Spirit gives us the wisdom and strength to choose joy in spite of what's going on. We believe this will be a powerful month as you lead kids and families to start parties and find true joy in their relationship with Jesus.